So last Wednesday, Inauguration Day, after Joe Biden had been sworn in and went into the White House, stories immediately came out saying that the Bidens fired a man by the name of Timothy Harleth, who was the chief usher at the White House. Not too long after, stories emerged saying, hey, that's not true. Biden didn't immediately walk into the White House and fire Mr. Harleth. That was, in fact, Donald Trump's last action as president of the United States. Trump and his wife Melania, according to reports, made the decision to fire the chief usher of the White House staff out of spite. Because, see, another thing that happened shortly after Joe Biden's inauguration is he walked up to the doors and the doors just stayed closed. Now, I know that may sound silly to you and me. Joe Biden clearly knows how to open a door. However, in the White House, it is protocol that the staffers, for any event, including an inauguration, be there to open those doors for the President of the United States. But when you fire the chief usher, there's suddenly nobody there to either open the door or to tell people, you have to go open the door now. As stupid as that is, as petty as that is, that appears at the moment to be the reason why Donald and Melania decided to fire Mr. Harleth. Now, for the record, Harleth is somebody that they brought with them. He came from Trump Hotels, so they wanted him in the White House. So sure, it's totally possible that they fired him because they're actually just going to send him back to Trump Hotels. Sure. You could have waited a day. He could have resigned himself if that is in fact what he had wanted to do. And that's why I don't buy that argument. I don't buy the fact that, well, he's our guy. You know, we wanted him to come back with us. Cool. So you don't fire him. You have him say, okay, cool, I resign. Or he says, hey, listen, I actually prefer it here in the White House, and staff usually doesn't turn over from administration to administration. So I'm going to stay. This is actually a pretty cool gig, you know. That's why I don't buy the argument that, well, he's their person, he's coming back. No, they did it to be petty. They did it so Joe Biden would stand in front of a closed door. That's why they did this. That's how stupid they have made our country. And that is how petty and horrible both Donald and Melania are as human beings. They're ridiculous. They will do anything to spite another human being who they feel has wronged them. And that is how they view Joe Biden and the Biden family. They somehow wronged them by beating them in an election. They're forever going to hold that grudge against them. And anytime the opportunity comes up for Donald Trump to kind of just give one more metaphorical middle finger to Joe Biden, you'd better believe he's going to take that opportunity. And that is exactly what he did by firing this usher. One of today's video sponsors is Privacy, and right now they have a wonderful offer for all of our Ring of Fire viewers. Go to privacy.com/ROF. Sign up for your Privacy account and you will receive $5. Privacy.com, their service is absolutely one of the most vital in an online world today, especially during the pandemic. Everyone is encouraged to stay home, so we're ordering more things online. And so your bank account information is more vulnerable than ever. Privacy gives you security. This is a product that I use all of the time, and here's why. If you have ever had your bank account information stolen, if it's been part of a data leak, that is a massive headache, trying to get your money back, trying to repair your credit. Privacy helps take away some of that concern. What Privacy does is it provides a browser extension, or you can go right into the website or into the app, and it can create a virtual bank account or credit card number. It can be a temporary number that only is used one time, or it can be merchant specific, meaning you can create a bank account card that only works for one particular website. So if that account happens to get hacked or has a massive data breach, that card number no longer works with any other website. That is how privacy helps protect your bank account information in an increasingly insecure online world. So again, go to privacy.com/ROF. You get $5 free just for signing up. Or if you don't want to type it in, just click the link at the top of the video description below.